He might have gone for a big walk.
It looks like both Ellie and Masa Kagawa have left the table, so we're going to be playing this hand six-handed.
Remember, you don't have to play when you're playing cash game. In a tournament, these players will be getting dealt in and blinded out.
Patrick Antonius suited 10-9. And he's going to raise it to 2,500.
One of the few hands so far where someone hasn't straddled.
Tony G going to call this after Phil Ivey folded. Chris Ferguson folds. So does Hansen.
Well, pretty strong drawing hand so far.
So Jawanda will call. Three players to the flop. And here is the flop. Ace, Queen, 10 of diamonds.
Wow. I've only had 2 royal flushes in my career, Barry. This is a very rare hand. Obviously, Tony G with the nuts and no possible way of losing this hand unless he should somehow misread his hand and fold.
He had a big look like he's going to bet.
And it's been checked around to Patrick. And he checks his bottom pair.
I check.
And so does Tony.
Well, of course, he's going to give his opponents a chance to maybe catch up a little.
And he catches a 9 of diamonds here.
Well, Patrick has 2 pair now. If it comes a 9 or a 10 on the river, he could get in trouble with a full house. Jawanda still with a pair and a straight draw, and Tony G is going to continue slow playing.
Queen of clubs.
Well, Jawanda made trips, but of course, he loses to any diamond. Needless to say, Tony G has better than that.
6,000 to bet from Tony G.
Jawanda gets away from his hand. And of course, Patrick can't possibly call. Well, he's thinking about it, maybe.
And he folds.
Pretty sick one. Ah, sick.
Oh.
I got to show that.
Wow. What are the odds to flop that?
I had trips. Sick. It's not often you can flop a royal flush.
So Tony G flops the rarest hand in
place.
They're all chasing the $8.25 million first prize.
On the Milwaukee's Best Light Pocket Cam, Umberto with ace-10 offsuit. And he will give it up. Over to our chip leader, Dog Martin Mickelson, ace-king of diamonds. That's good for a raise to 60,000, 3 times the big blind. Chris Lovelace from Brandon, Mississippi.
Now re-raise.
A re-raise with pocket 8s.
150.
Lovelace bought in for the $10,000 entry fee. Says, I wanted to know if I could play with the big boys.
So far, so good. Over to Havad Khan now.
That's a big boy.
Yeah. And the big boys' cards go into the muck, and action is folded back around to Dog Martin. And he'll re-raise him all in.
Okay.
And a call.
Okay.
It's one of the most sedate all-in calls we've ever seen at the main event.
Well, Lovelace has run up against the biggest boy, the chip leader.
All right, to the flop we go now. The flop is 10 Jack. Jack, what a flop for Mickelson, a straight flush draw.
What a way to miss and still be monstrously ahead.
Lovelace's pocket 8s are good, but in dire straits.
10.
Turn card, 6 of diamonds and a flush for Mickelson, but not over yet, boys.
Yeah, Lovelace can still survive with an 8 or a jack for a full house.
River card, Queen of diamonds and a royal flush for Mickelson. Lovelace is gone.
What a hell of a way to go out. Enjoy it, fella.
Our eardrums are fortunate. Havad or Umberto wasn't the one to hit that royal flush.
Mickelson over $4 million.
This game is easy.
To 2,000.
Ferguson makes it 2,000 with ace-8. Helmuth defends with king-jack suited and checks in the dark. He's flopped a royal flush draw. Ferguson with aces. Chris checks his aces in position. And he'll be drawing dead as Phil Hellmuth has made the nut flush. $3,000. Chris bets 3,000.
Raise 5.
Raise it 5,000.
Helmuth pops it 5,000 more. Chris is going to call the extra 5,000. 20,000 in the pot. Ding! Hope you were playing max credits.
8,000.
Yeah, 8,000.
That fourth diamond on the board gives Phil Hellmuth the royal flush, but it actually might hurt his action.
Do I have to show this hand, don't I? That's what we call a royal flush.
Wow. Jeez.
God, the diamond killed me, I think.
Oh, darn dead, yeah. Well, not 100% sure I call anyway.
I think the
Makes
diamond
it a lot easier to fold. Could have gotten me some call, too. Well, when you're holding the king and the jack, it's a little tough.
I'm like, no. I'm like, pair the 10 or the ace, please.